Hi, everybody. Happy Monday, Tuesday, for those of you that are calling in from Australia. Welcome to our skills call. I am so grateful to be here with all of you today. So in the past, I actually have done a podcast and a training on how to become the leader that other people would want to follow. And so the title of tonight's training is similar, but it's different because in the last one, I speak more of leadership. And the goal in leadership is to become the difference that we want to see in our business. And when you think of leadership, it's made up of mindset, level of excellence, setting goals, showing up, activity, earning incentives, being hungry, and so much more. And so then we were talking about in that episode in the training I've done before about the fact that we do not attract what we want in this business. We attract what we're being. And when we become more, we attract more. So what I want to talk about tonight is I want to talk about square one. I want us to make like you just started your Arbonne business, or maybe you've started it a while ago and you're ready to take it to the next level. And in the network marketing profession, that involves building a team, right? So network marketing is composed of two things: selling product, which is the direct selling piece of what we do, and leveraging our time building a team. That's what makes this a network marketing business. And it's my favorite part. And I think we can all agree that no matter, you want to love the products. Okay. So in order to, I say that, but I can tell you that I joined Arbonne without trying a product. I did. I fell in love with the opportunity. I fell in love with the potential. I fell in love with the business model. I was given an RE9, which was our signature anti-aging at the time. And I went home and I was like, please make me like these products. Please make me like these products. And I did love the products, but I was an independent consultant and I was a district manager before my box even arrived, my new products even arrived. So you want to love the products, you want to be using them, you want to be loving them, you want to be sharing them. And when we sell products, that is us directly selling products. And what I love so much, my passion in this industry is building a team. I love to coach. I love to teach. I love to inspire others to be their very best. And when you begin to build a team, you now have the ability to scale your business. Like even that term, scale your business, gets me pretty pumped up. And you have the ability to leverage your time. And the key to building a team is attracting people to want to join you. And so I want to tell you what average people do in this business. And I want to stress that because you are not average. You are not here to be average. You're here to grow. You're here to expand. You're here to be more and to become the leader that people want to join. But average people in a business, they're excited. They sign up. They talk to their immediate circle. And if they don't get the response they want, they tone their excitement down. They come up with an excuse. And quite honestly, they choose not to pursue Arbonne. And I really want to stress this to you. Greatness takes work. Success takes change. So I really want you to ask yourself this question. Are you willing to give up who you are for who you want to become? So what I want to go over tonight are 10 points to become the leader that people want to join. Number one, all in, burn the boats, no backdoor. And so what do I mean by that? There's sometimes we think we're all in. And I'm going to say this with so much love. Sometimes subconsciously we say, we're going to give this all we have for 6 months. No, you're not. I'm going to give this everything I have for a year. No, you're not. If there is an end deadline, you've got an end game. The only way to truly succeed is you want to have the mindset of, I am building this. I am burning the boats. So I've done a podcast on burn the boats. I certainly did not come up with this. It's actually I don't want to say it's a saying, a phrase, but it came up. There was like a great years back in war. There was like this great general who was like leading his country or platoon or whatever it was to war. And they were going out in a boat. And he literally gave this amazing speech to them. And he said, there's no option to turn around. We're winning or we're never coming back, but the boats are burned. And so, in other words, we have no other choice but to give this all we've got. There's no shore of safety. This is it. So I really want to ask you that. You know, a lot of people, when they start an Arbonne business, and we start for a variety of reasons. And I will tell you, until you know your why, it is challenging to find your way. It is challenging to ask people with conviction because you're not even really sure where you're going. Now, there's nothing wrong with that. Sometimes we just have to be really honest and understand why people are not joining us, right? Like if you're like unsure, if you're a bus, you're driving a city bus and you're like, you know, you can get on my bus. I'm not really sure where the destination is. I don't know when we're going to get there. I'm not really sure, but I'm just here for the fun. People don't want to get on your bus. I mean, no offense, how amazing you have to know exactly where you're going. So all in, burning the boats, no back door, it really does make a big difference. I look, when I started my Arbonne business, never sold a thing in my life. I had no idea about the network marketing profession, but I saw the average incomes for national vice president. I also, and I want to encourage you to dream really big. I saw what you see, 25,000 as an average. My immediate question was, what do the top 10 make? What do they make? I want to know what I'm building for. And it allowed me to dream. Like it freaked me out a little bit, but in a really, really good way. And I got myself really excited because I was like, I'm going to come in and build this. And I'm going to build this for me and my family, because no matter how many people say no to me, no matter how many people laugh at me, no matter how many people judge me, I'm going to the top of this company. And so it was a decision. So you know what happens when you do make that decision? And I don't want to make like nobody's ever hurt my feelings, because my feelings have been hurt, but it was never an option to slow me down or quit. So that's number one. Number two, create a vision for your life. Like, you know what I love about Arbonne? You have the ability to dream again. You have the ability to create a vision for your life. Be really specific. Where do you want to live? What kind of house do you want to have? What kind of vacations do you want to go on? How often do you want to go out to eat? I mean, that sounds ridiculous to some, but to some people, going out to eat is a really big deal. And especially when you start to have kids, and then those kids start to have significant others and all of those things. Like, how often do you want to do? What do you want your life to look like? How do you want to fund education? How do you want to live? Create that vision for your life and realize that you have limitless potential. But it's creating that vision for your life, because visionaries, when you have a vision, you start to become a visionary. That's what happens when you have vision. Visionaries have vision. And when you have vision, you become a visionary. Visionaries are constant creators. Visionaries see what they want. Visionaries are so convicted in what they're creating in their life that anything else that comes along does not derail them for an extended period of time. Because when we lack vision, you know what happens when we lack vision? We see what is. We might see web stats. We don't call them web stats anymore. We call them just whatever your numbers are on the computer, but I'm OG, so we call them web stats, okay? But you might see the people around you who don't want to do Arbonne, or you might see one or two people on your team that say they want it and they could barely get out of their own way. And that's going to happen. When you don't have vision, you're looking at your life and your business through a straw, and you're so focused on the obstacles instead of the vision. And when you're in love with your vision, there's no way to grow to the top of anything without obstacles. There's no way to grow to the top of Arbonne without some failures and without some learning curves. So when you create a vision for your life, you know that the other stuff is just a byproduct. It's like, okay. So number 3, decide why you are building this business. Why? You know, we hear all the time, your why, your why, your why. Do you have a why that makes you work? Do you have a why that makes you work? My why made me work. And a lot of you guys have heard my story. When I first started this business, my kids were 6. Brooke was 6, Tyler was 4, and my twins were 1.5. I was out of corporate. I was a stay-at-home mom. I wanted to come into Arbonne and make a living, but my biggest thing was, how am I going to pay for college? And I really sat down and thought, even if they all get merit, and thank goodness they all did, it's going to cost me $1 million. And so I had this sign on my desk, and it said, what are you, Deb, comma, what are you willing to do for $1 million? And that why, when I didn't feel like picking up the phone, I read it. When I didn't feel like driving 7 hours for a presentation, I read it. When people that were going to join my business decided not to, I read it. Decide why you are building this business. You want a why that's going to make you work. Maybe it's to walk away from your current job. Maybe when you're doing that, sometimes it could seem overwhelming when you're doing 2 things at once, but decide why you're building this business. Number 4, get started right and strong. Okay, so you want to become this is all qualities that are going to help you become the leader that somebody would want to join in Arbonne. Be a product of the product. When you get started right and you get started with products, you're able to look at somebody in the face authentically and say, I mean, I literally just did an order with see, she's probably on here. Somebody just started a brand new business, 18 years old, in college, got started with the anti-aging, got started with the nutrition, I have belief that that is the best way for her to get started with the product. So be a product of your product. Pack your calendar with presentations. That's how you become somebody that somebody's going to want to follow. They're watching, wow, they're treating this like a business. They're professional. When you get in front of people and you present your products and your business over and over and over again, you know what happens? You get good. You build belief. You're able to walk into a room. Let me tell you what an average person at a presentation is going to go through a script. They're going to teach you about the products, and they're going to ask for an order. When you become the person people want to join, you're going to walk into a living room and you're going to light somebody's soul on fire. You're going to make them have a new focus and purpose for their life. You're going to walk out of that house and they're going to dream again. That is the difference. And that happens when you practice and practice and practice and be coachable, because we're hungry for feedback. You want to be hungry for feedback. I'm 19 years in this business. I have a lot of growing to do. I'm very well aware of that, because the Debbie Neal that's 5 wide today has a deep desire to be 20 wide. But I need to become her in order to do that and to attract the next level of players that I expect to be enrolling in my business. Number 5, practice. You know, people want to join professionals. They want to join people who know what they're doing. They want to join somebody who can deliver the Arbonne opportunity. So practice, practice, and practice. Practice how to share your business. You know, there's people that they come in, they're 3 days in, they can give a Discover Arbonne. They might not know it 100%, but they know it. How do you share your business? How do you share your products? Do you speak with conviction? Conviction does not come with how much you earn. Conviction comes with vision. Are you convicted on where you're going? Are you convicted on where you're going to lead your team? I started the same. If you're on here today as an independent consultant with no team, I was there too. I was there too. I didn't start as a top earner, as a national vice president. I started as an independent consultant, but I had conviction. I shared people used to say to me, what have you earned so far? I'm like, nothing yet, but I will build one of the largest teams. I was convicted to my vision, convicted, be excited, be magnetic. People join energy. Energy can be felt. People can feel your commitment. And so how are you opening up your events? And when you're opening up your events, you want to focus on 3 things, and you can write them on an index card and practice. How you show up at those events matter. Practice speaking with conviction. People are joining you. People want confidence. So this takes practice. The 3 things. Why did you start Arbonne? 2 minutes or under. Why did you start Arbonne? Where are you going? And let me tell you something. You don't have to say what I think you should say. You should say what you think you should say. But if you're looking to enroll a team, and where are you going? I'm saying this with love. You cannot get up in front of a room and say, I'm not really sure how this is going to go, but I'm really excited to give it a try. You can say it, but we need to manage our expectations. That's not going to be something that somebody's going to want to join. That's going to be something that says, oh, they're nice. Let me see how they do, but they're not taking you seriously. When you want to enroll a team, really make it really clear where you're going. Why did you start? Where are you going? And it takes courage, but practice. I'm going to the top of this company. I'm leading a team to the top of Arbonne. And if you really want to get convicted, when I started my business, I joined May 30th. At my very first event, which was June 8th, I said, good evening, everyone. My name is Debbie Neal. I'm an independent consultant. I will be a regional vice president September 1 and a national vice president December 1. You guys, I didn't have a team. I didn't sell lipstick, and my box didn't come in yet. Who did I think I was? But I was convicted, and I said it. I was a regional vice president September 1, and I was a national vice president December 1. I said it so many times that I was convicted, and a lot of people are really scared. I wasn't afraid to put it out there and miss it, but I was afraid to share a business with people that I was unclear on where I was going to lead them. So have the, why did you start? Where are you going? And why did you invite them? I said to them, I invited you here. I'm so grateful you're here. Everything you purchase is supporting my business, and you're going to love the products. Thank you in advance. That's my way of saying, oh, you're ordering something. Thank you in advance. Okay. But I want to be really honest why I invited you here. I invited you here because I am building a team. I'm building a team of leaders. I'm building a team of people with influence that are positive, that have grit, that are committed, that resemble excellence. And that's each of you. And so I would, as you listen to this information tonight, I want you to know from my heart to your heart, join me. Join me. And then we were done with the presentation. I thanked them for coming. And I said, you guys, here's one thing you need to know about me. I am going to the top. I have no idea how I'm getting there, but I will build one of the largest teams. Say yes to me. I asked them boldly to join my business. Did everybody join? No, sir, they did not. But people did join. And it is the difference of why people join some people. Number 6, be reading daily about our profession. And some of the books that are my favorite are The Big Build by Dana Collins, Beach Money by Jordan Adler, The ABCs of Network Marketing, which is going to be our book club book that's starting Sunday with Randy Gage. This is a profession. And your goal is to become a network marketing professional. This can be a hobby. It can. This can also be a profession. You decide. It comes down to the time that you give it. It comes down to the effort that you put in, your commitment to growth. And think about a profession, you know, whether that's a doctor, a lawyer, a nurse, you choose. Those require education. They require years of schooling. Network marketing doesn't. That's a gift. That's also a nightmare. I got to be honest with you. It's easy to quit something you didn't invest time into. It's easy to quit when you feel uncomfortable. It's easy to get discouraged when people don't want to join you. But that's the power of deciding. That's the power of being all in. When there isn't a back door, you push through the growth. You look inside, remember, and many of you have heard this quote, when you look outside, we dream. When we look inside, we awaken. And so what does that actually mean when you peel away the layers? People look outside. So maybe my network's not good. Maybe this part, we are always the common denominator. How can we be better? How can we be the person that people want to join? There are a lot of people building network marketing businesses. Why you? You have the power. You have the ability. When we start a business, we always start with our friends and family. You guys, but that's just the beginning. It's not the end game. There are 121 of you on here tonight. Not one of you I knew when I started Arbonne, except for Tyler and Brooke, and they were 6 and 4. So as much as I love them, I was not getting that far with them at the time. Okay, so we start with our friends and family, but my friends and family, most of my friends didn't buy from me. My mother bought from Brooke when I was 12 years in Arbonne. Before that, she wore Lancome and she wore Nivea lotion. Okay, this is what I'm working with. She would get the free gifts that came with purchase at the makeup counters. And not only do that, but then be like, Deb, look what I got you. I got all this free eyeshadow. And I'm like, yeah. And at one point, she said she was in the mall at a cosmetic counter and somebody asked her, is Debbie Neal your daughter? And I said, I pray to God you said no. No, because you were buying cosmetics, not from your child. And so you guys, I share that with you because maybe your friends and family are really supportive. Maybe they're not, but it's just the beginning. It's not the end game. Maybe some will join you. Maybe they won't. Maybe you have a network already that's filled with growth-minded leaders that think outside the box, that are open to a new business. They want more out of life. They want to make an impact. They're willing to listen. Or maybe you have a network that talks about problems more than they talk about goals. Maybe they complain about their job and they're doing nothing about it. Maybe they think vacationing is only for the wealthy, but they're not choosing to become their very best. Maybe you have a network that complains about their life, but they're not willing to make changes necessary for a better life. Maybe you have a network that has a broke mindset. And let me tell you something, a broke mindset isn't a bank account. It's the way you think. When I was introduced to Arbonne, I didn't have a lot of money in the bank. However, I did have a millionaire mindset. I immediately saw the possibilities. Most people see the odds. It's all perspective. And so my point is, if you can't change your network, change your network. Your job is to elevate as a human and meet new friends and new coworkers and new people. And that's why it's so important to be a visionary and to have faith. Because if you have faith, the right people are going to come into your life and your business if you commit to excellence. Number 7, be willing to change. Change is the only constant. Are you willing to become the next level of you to attract new people in your life? You know, a lot of times people are going to the same people in their network, the same. 2 things happen here. Number 1, they might always be a no. But number 2, if you're in the same exact spot, you can't go and keep asking the same exact people, because I'm saying this with love, you're not giving them a reason to join you. If you want to go back to that person, go back. Oh, what was number 6? I don't even know, but I can tell you after I stop recording. Okay. So some may join you at some point, some may never. Average wait around and they convince people, but the 1% go and show what is possible. So practice, change, become a network marketing professional, give others a good reason to join you. Change your inner circle and build. You know, I've been building this business for 19 years. My inner circle has changed a lot of times, a lot of times. Number 8, no excuses. You know, we've heard this too. Amateurs make excuses. Professionals don't. They just don't. To truly grow, I want you to remove excuses, blaming, and focus on growth. You can make money or you can make excuses. You cannot make both. So you get to decide, you choose. So some excuses that I hear sound something like this. My friends aren't interested. No one wants to do this. No one is willing to host for me. No one came to my events. I'm going to challenge you. Look inside. Dig deep. Are you ready to become? Are you ready to change? Are you willing to accept that you are the common denominator? Now, that doesn't mean you could be growing every single day and there still will be people that say no to my business, okay? But I mean that with love. I want to stretch you. I want to grow you. I want you to succeed. I believe in you. But to coach others to success, it requires the truth. And until we really expand ourselves, you know what a lot of people do? Oh, just keep doing what you're doing. Eventually it'll work. For a lot of people, no, it won't. We need to change the way we speak. We need to change our energy. We need to increase our level of knowledge of the profession. We want to speak with more conviction, more passion, more energy. So you always want the truth, right? And when we're not really confident in who we are as a leader, then we tell people, just keep doing what you're doing. But everything I say is with love because I want you to achieve everything you deserve to achieve. Our goal is to build influence, to become a professional, to be the person that people want to join. Influence isn't an obligation. Just because we're somebody's upline doesn't mean we have influence, okay? It's earned, but it starts with ownership, owning our business, owning our results, owning it. No excuses, committing to being better. Look at every single outcome and ask how you can create a different result. How can you create a better outcome? For example, if no one showed up to an event, how did you invite them? What level of excitement did they hear? Did they know it was important to you? And so I just want to share my launch. So the morning of my launch, it was June 8th, 2006. And I remember my upline calling me to like, how many people do you have confirmed? I was like, well, none. But I have like 5 people said maybe, and 2 people said they're going to try. And they were like, oh, so you have 0 coming. I was like, no, I don't have 0 coming. And they were like, if you don't have a confirmation, it's 0. Get to work. And I was like, now, mind you, at that point, you guys, I did already sponsor 4 independent consultants and I was an area qual, right? But I was so busy doing that I really wasn't inviting to the level that I should. And I got on the phone. First of all, I had a pink flip razor phone, so I couldn't text anybody. And I went knocking on doors in my neighborhood. And long story short, there ended up being 18 people there. But the conversation that I had with them was the day of my launch at 11 a.m. I had 0 people confirmed, but I got to work because I realized I'm not looking for effort. I'm here for results. And what do I mean by effort? There will be times that you'll be tempted to say, get in a room, and maybe one person comes and be like, but I really invited 10. Where is everyone? You're looking to acknowledge the fact that you put in the effort. Don't do that. First of all, even if there's one person there, if you say 10 confirmed and only 1 came, you basically are telling that one person you're not important. You're not important. The one person that's there matters, but we're here for results. So that's what average people say. I invited a ton and no one came. The 1%ers, and that's what you're on a goal to be, only speak about what they want and they aren't looking for points for effort. We get paid on results. Number 9, be consistent. See yourself as an entrepreneur. When you begin, you aren't going to get rewarded the way you will as you build. You're laying your groundwork. You are building your foundation. Keep your eyes on your vision. Present your products and the business daily. If you aren't sharing, you aren't building. We don't get paid to think. We don't get paid to scroll. We get paid to build. Okay. We earn money by selling product and teaching other people to do the same. Be consistent with your energy. Be consistent with your vision. Be consistent with your activity. Be consistent with your growth. Be consistent with your word. And the truth is, most aren't. And that's not negative. I want to teach you how, I think I've shared this story a lot, but I became a brand new regional vice president back in 2006. And I went to a big conference. It was in Florida. There was 5,000 Arbonne consultants there, and they brought up the top 20 income earners. And I was so proud to be an RVP. And I remember looking at the top 20 income earners, and I'm like, well, how am I going to be a top 20? They're already top 20, and I'm only an RVP. So I went from being proud of being an RVP to being like, I'm only an RVP. They're already top 20. But then a light bulb moment went on for me. I'm like, most people, and I don't know if you've ever read the book, The Slight Edge, but this statistic is in The Slight Edge. 90% of people, it's actually higher than 90 something percent of people will never do again what they did to achieve their last accomplishment. If you really think, and honestly, reflect on yourself. Look back to your biggest month in Arbonne. Have you ever worked that hard again? And if not, why? Are you here to be evidence or a statistic? Because that is a known statistic. And so I walked out of that arena and I'm like, I will be top 20 because I will out-earn every single person. I mean, I will outwork every single person on that stage today. And honestly, if you have grit and you're willing to work, and that's what happened, I actually out-earned, I think out of the 20 that walked, I think there's only 2 left that make more money than I do today. And I don't share that with you to impress you, but to impress upon you what you could do with consistency. Number 10, have fun and believe. We get to build this. We get to. We don't have to. We get to build this. Have that mindset. If you look at Arbonne like a burden and a task, it'll show up that way in your energy. I love what I do. And if any of you have worked directly with me, or if you've done a presentation with me, or if you had a coach, I hope you feel that I love what I do. It's never a burden or an inconvenience to walk into a presentation. It's a blessing in my life. I'm passionate about what I'm building. I'm inspired every single day because I get to build an Arbonne business. I get to design my days and my life and my future. And some may think it's because I'm successful, but it's the other way around. I'm successful because I love what I do. The love came first, and people sense that. Success requires love. Love all of it, even the obstacles and the challenges. They are opportunities for you to grow. It's all the way you see it. Friends, this profession, our opportunity, what we can create in Arbonne is absolutely huge. It has the power and it has the potential to change your life. You were born on purpose for a purpose, but you need to commit to change. You need to commit to growth. It requires a decided heart. You can go to our earnings statement and you can see what's typical and you could see what's average. Are you here for that? Are you here for typical and average? Do you think the players who won the Super Bowl focused on being average? Do you think the athletes in the Olympics focused on being average? Your possibilities are limitless. Once your mind becomes limitless, the game changes. There are thousands of people that want what you're selling. Do you believe that? There are thousands that want to join your business. Believe that. Remember, we must believe it first because we operate at our belief level. If you don't believe you can, you won't. You must see yourself at the top of Arbonne in order to build there. We will never take the actions we don't believe will result in success. So build your belief every single day. Belief in Arbonne, belief in our products, belief in our industry, and most of all, belief in yourself. Believe you can, and you are halfway there. I'm obsessed and I'm in love with Arbonne. I'm obsessed and I'm in love with the network marketing profession. I want you to win. I want you to succeed, but I want to be very transparent. To earn what you have the potential to earn, it requires more than signing up. It requires more than showing up. It requires you becoming the person that you would want to join. So I love you all. We have 2 gigantic weeks left in March. Okay. 2 gigantic weeks, you guys. I really want to stretch every one of your visions. Every one of you, if you're a consultant, actually, you know what I'm going to stop this because we can save this as, let me stop the recording.